What's up, everybody?
What's up?
What's
Welcome
going
to the
on?
show.
Another pod episode. As it turns out,
Another one.
we're
God
not
damn
super
it.
good at planning, and our
Yeah, we
recording day
kind
was
of.
a holiday.
Yeah, and like not even a good holiday either, if you think about it. Like,
Yeah, not a fun one. Not like
yeah, it's like you can go drinking, but who wants to drink with their mom? You know what I mean?
right,
Except for that one time that we did at my house.
right. Yeah, your mom partied with us once.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And you're like, what would you say is like your favorite holiday at this point?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I hate all the holidays, and I'm actually not too big of a fan of Halloween, really, either. I know that's
Yeah.
like the big one. I was like, oh, I love Halloween. No, not really. I would say probably like Thanksgiving, if it's just like by myself.
Yeah.
Like if I just make a chicken by myself and then eat it.
You're like, hell yeah. Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, pilgrims.
Yeah, you go fuck yourselves.
Dude, yeah. Halloween's like one of those ones where it's I guess I've just like hit that part where it's like it's not as fun as it used to be. Like I'll still just watch horror movies, but like I'll just watch horror movies and get drunk anytime anyway.
Yeah.
So dedicating a day to it, I mean, like fine, but it's not as fun as it used to be.
Yeah. And it's I think of it the same way as like 420. We're like, yeah, you could smoke weed any day of the year.
Yeah.
Why is this one so special? Like it's the same thing with Halloween. Like, yeah, you could watch horror movies and get fucked up. But
that's the only time you can dress like a whore and it's like nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
but you could dress like a whore anyway, like if you wanted to, really.
But this time it's like you have a reason to be like, it's like, well, I usually work at Quick Trip, but like tonight I'm a nurse.
Right. Yeah, thank you for your service. You're an essential worker.
Dude, yeah, I don't think I like any holiday. I would rather just you say like there are certain days of the year that everybody just needs a break. And it's like that's unacceptable. Like shit, like I always hated Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, I only like some family members. So the whenever I'm gathered with the ones I hate, I never like that.
Right.
I hate turkey. I don't like eating dry ass meat.
Yeah, I'm not a turkey fan. I like duck if I'm gonna do that.
Duck is like something I've had so rarely I couldn't tell you what it tasted like.
It's like a greasier chicken.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
But like Christmas is like when you're a kid, Christmas rules because you get presents. But
yeah.
When you're an adult, you're like, I have to budget to spend on other people.
Right.
And give it
and
to
it's
them.
A pain in the ass. Yeah.
Total pain in the ass. And
like logistically, even.
Oh yeah. I mean, Christmas also during the pandemic is like how you have to like borrow on UPS like people's presents to them, like you have to drop it off at their door, knock, and like run away. Like also Christmas dinner is basically just Thanksgiving dinner again.
Yeah, it's like a diet Thanksgiving. And like diet.
Yeah, they're just like, well, it's just we'll just do a Christmas ham or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, ham. Okay. We'll fuck turkey. We have ham.
Yeah, it's like just one less like shitty food that like goes. Yeah. I mean, 4th of July sucks.
4th of July does suck.
But at least the food's better.
Well, like hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah, burgers and dogs is better than like fried turkey.
Yeah. Dude, I'd rather have like a simple fucking thing. Like burgers and dogs I'd be down with, but like anything that requires more than like an hour or two of cooking, I'm fucking over it.
Yeah. Anything that requires like half your day gets killed.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, I'm just gonna
I'm gonna pass. Yeah. Pretty much, man.
The St. Patty's Day was always stupid. Like everyone's like, oh, I'll dress in green and then I'll get hammered. It's like, I don't like dressing in green.
Dude, okay, so this last St. Patrick's Day, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
Yeah.
And I had a gift card,
That's brag.
As one does. I won it.
Living the high life.
Yeah, dude. But I went there. It was on St. Patty's Day, and I got my wings and I got a beer. It was a blood and honey.
Nice.
So I was like, this is gonna be awesome. I know what that tastes like. It's reliable. And the server lady is like, hey, we dyed all the beers green. Is that okay? And I'm like, no, it's not okay, but I'm still gonna drink it.
Yeah.
Because it tastes the same.
They just dyed it green because fuck it.
Because it was St. Patty's Day, And they're like, hey, all of our beer is green. I'm like, no, you do that shit to the cheap beer. If I'm paying fucking
do that to like a
like
Miller.
if I'm paying like $8-9 for like a tall one, fuck you. Yeah, give me a regular colored one.
Yeah, like it. That's fucking. It's like, oh yeah, the like I order my wings and you get like breaded wings and they're like got green sauce on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Well,
St.
no,
Patty's. Like it's like like I always read people will be like, yeah, today drink green beer, which means like they're buying the green bottled beer, so like Heineken
right.
and like Dos Equis or what, which isn't
That makes
even
sense.
Irish themed, you know. But
yeah, it's really not.
but yeah, they're like, yeah, green beer, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, most green bottled beers are not good.
Yeah, they taste like shit.
Yeah, Heineken fucking sucks. You like tap the bottle and it fizzes.
Yeah.
Dos Equis has like an alcohol content of like 2. You know, like kill a whole 12 pack and be like, all right, yeah, fine. I don't really know what else comes in green. Nothing that
fucking Mickey's, I guess.
Oh yeah, Irish. Yeah, Mickey's malt liquor.
That's the only one that actually fits, and it's the grossest one.
Oh god, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad.
Hey, man, that's how we celebrate St. Patty's Day these days.
Yeah, like, dude, just almost all holidays are like, it's like just pick a theme and then pair it with a drink, and that's kind of what it seems like. With the exception of maybe Easter, but then there's like you could be like, oh, wine or some shit.
Yeah, like
blood of Christ, doggy.
Blood of Christ, dog. What's up, dude? Jesus.
What's up, dude? Yeah, Easter's always fucking stupid. They're like, this bunny has eggs, and you go find it. It's like, and for whatever reason, there's a lot of chocolate.
So the place I work at, we only have like 3 days off ever in the year, like the store's closed and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and Easter. And
so 2 of them are religious holidays, and then one of them is just let's sacrifice turkeys.
Yeah, pretty much. And
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they do that because like those are the ones I heavily celebrate or whatever.
Like, yeah, dude, I'm just gonna go get drunk about Jesus tonight.
Yeah, that's what he would have wanted.
What he's something blood of the lamb or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever the fuck.
Whatever the fuck.
I heard something about Lamb of God and wine, and I'm like, all right, I'm in.
It's like, yeah, I'll listen to some metal and get hammered.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know like what the weather's like where you're at, but it's like tornado weather where like over here right now.
Oh, dude, it was fucking heavy earlier this morning.
Was it?
Yeah, dude. It was hail and shit. Yeah, it was bad.
I was in the other room like watching TV, and Katie comes in and she's like, "Do you hear that?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, the TV. Like, this is a good episode, you know."
Like, not now. You're talking.
Like, I just get real shitty.
Yeah.
Like, I just go like, she goes, "Do you hear that?" And I go, and like slowly pause it, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's like, no, there's like a tornado siren going off right now, and I was like, oh, that sucks, and then just like go back to watching TV. I mean, like, there's not much you could really do, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's so funny. Like, Texas is like tornado weather, but like, no matter where you go in the world just tries to kill you.
That's true. Yeah.
You know,
some
like,
harder than others.
Yeah, for sure. It's like some places are less like death by planet, but there's a lot of death by planet no matter where you go.
Yeah.
It's just like the tornado weather, it feels like at a certain point you get used to just like the sirens going off and you're like, well, I might die now. I don't know.
You're like, oh well.
Yeah.
There's really nothing you can do at that point. Like you can take shelter or whatever, but who cares?
It's like it's such an odd feeling whenever the sirens go off. It's like you have that moment of panic, but then you're like, I can't really do much.
Yeah.
You're like in the tornado.
I've also lived in Texas my whole life, and I'm used to hearing the sirens and just going about my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless someone unless you see that shit.
Yeah.
It's sort of like you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I mean, if I see it, then I'll try my best to, I guess, you know, because you're supposed to like go in the bathroom or some shit. Some kind of, they're like, go in the bathroom, get in the tub. Like, put a blanket over your face or some shit. I'm like, dude, if the roof gets ripped off, I'm fucked no matter what.
Right. There's nothing I can do. Like, I don't have a house anymore at that point.
Yeah. It's like, if it comes down the street, it's going to fuck my car up, probably kill me and my cats and shit.
Yeah.
But then Katie's gonna be alive, so she'll have to give me a nice eulogy.
Oh, dude. Like at your funeral.
She's gotta be the one that lives through it. So like, I miss my husband so much and shit. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna haunt this chick.
Like you're not even ready.
Not even ready for you. I'm gonna inconvenience you. Flicker lights.
I'm gonna do the whole thing. Flicker the lights.
Dude, I remember in like high school there was like okay, I don't know what the fuck this was about, but like in high school, they would like you just like their whole like protect you from the tornado was you left the class and then you sat in the hallway.
Yeah, I remember that, dude.
Which made no sense because like half the classrooms had no fucking windows and shit.
Right.
But the hallway had all the windows.
It was just one big ass window.
So it would be just flying glass everywhere. But like they just like put you on the like, and if you're on the second floor, you might as well just kill yourself.
Oh yeah, like
you're the first one's dead.
Yeah. Like the roof's coming off and you're leaving. Like you're not coming back to school.
Yeah, it's done.
That's like I think it's a weird public school thing. We're just like, hey, we don't really know what to do, but we're gonna pretend. We're gonna be real confident about it.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
They're like, just like a bunch of shoulder shrugs. We're like, maybe, I don't know. Seems like, fine.
Dude, to be fair, it was so easy to just like at our high school to just leave.
Yeah,
it didn't really even matter.
Happened like all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Dude, I just remember one time whenever they had us in the hall during like one of these fucking tornado days, it was like a pretty bad one, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you can like hear the wind through the building, which is pretty wild. But I just remember sitting there going like, I was like, well, man, we're just fucking dead, right? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just like 17 sitting there just going like, I'm like not living through this.
Like, this is it.
And this girl that's like across from us is like full meltdown, panicky, and like she's like, and like the teachers are trying to calm her down, dude. And I'm like, hey, if we're fucking dead and the roof rips off, I'm just throwing my hands up and riding this bitch like a roller coaster. And she's just like, don't say that.
You scared the shit out of this bitch.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I mean, what are we gonna do? Like,
yeah, dude, like if you're walking down the street and you see the bus coming at you and like you have no time to like save yourself, then you're just like, all right, cool, I'm accepting this.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be like, fuck, and then
yeah,
like,
you're pretty fucking cool.
That's like the one thing that would freak me the fuck out about living like in Hawaii is like you're just living on a volcano.
Oh yeah,
that's active.
Yeah.
So like I mean like it's there's a like whenever I only went there once, but there's just like it's like a tourist attraction now.
Mm-hmm.
But it shows there's a road where the lava like went over a fucking like a whole section of road and into the ocean.
Yeah.
And you could like drive by and be like, this wild. Is the like, and there's like you can see like one of the cars is like still melted into it or whatever.
God damn.
And there's just like it's a touristy thing. You go over, and you're like, look at this, and it's like, dude, I would like this would make me uncomfortable all the time, probably.
Yeah, just live there.
Yeah, just like anytime the ground shakes a little bit, you're like, yeah, this is it.
So we're done.
It's like, where are you gonna go?
Yeah, but that goes back to the point of like everything on Earth is trying to kill you in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Like, no matter where you go.
Yeah, it's like go north. It's like it'll snow until you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
East Coast, you can have blizzards and hurricanes that fuse together.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's pretty metal, honestly.
Metal as shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could go places where like you just have earthquakes and you're like, oh, the building collapses on you.
Yeah, or the worst part, you could live in Arizona, just like all of it.
Yeah, I'll just be in a desert around a bunch of probably super racist people.
Yeah,
maybe. I'm not trying to judge everybody in Arizona, but I've read a lot of racist shit that happens there.
Yeah, like I've seen it on the news.
Yeah, Arizona is like Florida in the sense that there are too many, like, like because Florida has the rap, but there's like it's always just the most wild news stories.
Right. Yeah.
It's like Arizona's not far off whenever you see news articles of it.
It's right there. I think it's Florida, Texas, depending on the day.
Yeah, Texas is kind of like
Arizona for sure.
Yeah, Texas is like the problem is that it's so big, it just encompasses like so many like retarded people.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm talking about like mostly it's like the politicians and stuff.
Oh
They're the
yeah,
ones who are the fuck ups for the
yeah.
most part.
Well, and then there's also all like half of the state that listens and follows them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, like it's unfortunate.
That's the problem.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking about like I was like going with like the natural disasters everywhere or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, what place has the least bad one that I'd be willing to move to? And it's like
Yeah.
such a hard like
Yeah. Where do you
because
go?
like in my mind I'm like, oh, I'll go to Japan, bro.
Yeah.
Japan
Oh, no,
fucking
dude.
rules. But then
Yeah.
they get hit by like tsunamis and earthquakes.
Yeah. They got Godzillas and shit out there.
Godzillas, bro.
Yeah.
Kaiju all
Different.
day.
Yeah. Various kaijus.
Various kaiju. Gundams. You don't know when those are coming,
That's true.
but they're making them.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I mean, I like in my mind, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll move to Japan, but I'm like, it's tsunamis, earthquakes, and
Yeah.
then they had that, was it nuclear reactor like meltdown?
Oh, the meltdown. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like a not awesome
Yeah.
that
That's not that
a
cool.
thing. And they're like, okay, I'll go to like New Zealand or Australia. That's pretty removed from that. Then you think about Australia was literally an entire country or a continent on fire last year.
Yep. And then everything there is trying to kill you too, like the
Yeah.
plants and shit.
Plants, the animals, everything is like just so poisonous.
Yeah.
So
where else would you go? Like,
I mean, I always think, I mean, you know, you could do one of the Pacific Islands, go to like Samoa or Tonga.
oh yeah.
It could be okay, but then again, if I'm
You still run into like the tsunami issues and the probably monsoons or hurricanes and shit.
Same for like the Philippines, like monsoon season is a thing. I mean, then if you go somewhere like in Europe, like go to like Prague or something, blizzards, you know.
Oh yeah.
Plus, I think I forget what country, but I mean, I'm sure like for at least, and regardless of where you move outside of the U.S., you're probably treated like a foreigner for a while until you acclimate.
Yeah.
I mean, which honestly is fair since half of the country, if you migrate here, they're like, go back to your country.
Yeah. And they're like, but I'm white. Oh, well, you can say that's fine.
That's you're a different shade of me.
You're like, I know my privilege. It extends to you.
I guess it extends to you too. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, it's just every once in a while, I just think about where I'd like ultimately want. Because I mean, I don't know. In my mind, I'm just like, do I want to stay in the U.S. for my whole life? Because I feel like I don't.
It is. Yeah, I feel like it would be cool to just not. I wouldn't say not be a citizen, but like be able to freely travel anywhere you want without like passports and shit like that. That would be cool.
It'd be, dude, I mean, this is like one of those I wish I was super rich kind of conversations because it's like I want to own a house in another country that I can just fuck off to for like 6 months if I want to.
Yeah.
And then whenever I kind of, you know, if I get tired of it, whatever, I could just fuck off right back over here in my other awesome house.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams, man.
Yeah. One day the podcast will pay for all of it.
Yeah, one day when we're super famous from this podcast and
fucking
and
what if it's like
we get canceled.
What if it's like an opposite thing of like Rogan, where like he moved to Austin, Texas, but we moved to like California?
Yeah. And we just like we become the new Rogan.
Yeah.
But we're like less aggressive about people trying like fucking DMT and stuff.
Yeah. Or like just have sound COVID advice. Or not advice, but just COVID stuff.
Yeah, maybe, you know, not just throw wild statements out. And,
oh, if you're 20 and you eat right, you don't have to take the vaccine. I'm like, dude, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, I just like enough vitamin D will save you. It's like, dude, I don't know if we know that.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. But did you see like the Elon Musk when he hosted SNL this last week?
No, the fucking Dogecoin just like ate shit.
Yeah, it just tanked hard, dude, during the show.
Yeah, Katie said it was because like it wasn't from him specifically, but it was like a guy who owned like a billion Doge or whatever.
Yeah.
Was just like, fuck you guys, and sold all of it and just like destroyed the value of it.
Oh, see, that's pretty awesome.
I mean, in fairness, it's a big power move for sure.
Yeah, that's like, hey, here's my dick. What are you gonna do about it?
It's like you're gonna either look at it, suck it, or look away.
Yeah.
But we all know it's there.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I didn't know that part. I just saw that it tanked, and I was like, "That's fucking awesome."
Yeah.
Elon Musk is kind of an asshole.
Dude, Elon Musk is such a fucking bitch. I don't understand why. Like, he has such a weird loyal like following, and I don't get it.
I don't understand people who like worship or follow like billionaires. It's fucking weird to me.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
For him, it's like he didn't invent the electric car.
No, he did not.
He's just like a co-founder or like an investor of it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like they removed him off the board of directors because they're like, yeah, you're smoking weed on Joe Rogan's podcast, and we're trying to like, it's not a good company image.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, we're just trying to make self-driving cars, and then you can smoke weed, dude. Just let us have that.
Well, it's just like, dude, anybody who names like their kid after a math equation is a piece of shit asshole.
Oh yeah, that's a huge dick move. Like, you're a fucking asshole.
Nothing but garbage. I mean, and has the most unfunny Twitter feed I've ever seen, and nothing but a bunch of fucking do nothing yes people just going like, yeah, Elon, another good one.
That's so weird. Being a fan of a billionaire, dude.
Yeah, like he's gonna be like, oh, thank you, fellow Twitter follower. Do you want $1 billion?
And you're like, yeah,
for sucking my dick so publicly.
I'm like,
for having no agency. Dude,
yeah, fuck that guy.
So someone posted this shit. I saw on Facebook earlier. You could probably guess who it was that posted this, but it was a video of what I would say is so the video is just, it's this guy and he's talking about entitlement, right? Like entitlement of a current generation of people. And he's talking about how like,
goddamn.
The cat's like, I'm entitled to this fucking, to be the star of the show. But so the video is about this guy's referencing like entitlement of like current generation. Specifically about he says it's entitlement for making good money, getting a house, like shit like that. He goes about this by saying, he's like, oh, I was biking across the Brooklyn Bridge and it took me a second, but I took in the view and I was like, wow, this bridge used to not exist, and it's built on the backs of all the people who made it, and no one really appreciates it, and everyone takes it for granted, and people used to take the ferry, and he's doing this big building up, and just like in this current generation it just feels entitled to all of this and has no respect for what came before it, and it's like, you're not entitled to any of these things, like you need to work for it and shit like that. Basically a bunch of horse shit, right? Yeah,
it's all propaganda, like nonsense.
All absolute nonsense dog shit. Yeah. Because it's like, you don't have to, okay, like, do you think the past generation gave a shit or even fucking respected any of the shit that they were doing and using and taking advantage of that was provided by the previous generation? And so on.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's like, it's not like he did this shit, like he said, he's like, people will go plant a tree and they'll just understand they'll never get to use the shade of it because they'll be gone by the time the tree grows, and the next generation will just chop that tree down and they don't care that guy had an effect on them. And it's like, fucking shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that is like some like sanctimonious, like self-righteous bullshit.
Yeah, I bet that guy goes to the Apple store and yells at the fucking people going like, I don't know why my fucking screen's broken. Like, he probably doesn't give a shit that there's like Chinese slaves making that shit while he's yelling at some underpaid fucking college kid.
Yeah, and the dude's just trying to like pay off his student loans or whatever. He's like, I really doesn't care, like, at all.
Yeah, it's also just like, it's hilarious to be like, oh, nobody respects any of this shit. It's like, why would you?
Yeah,
respect
and like
what?
That's just saying, and even like something specifically, like there's a saying of like, we stand on the shoulders of giants or whatever, and I intrinsically understand that, but also they're not alive anymore. So
yeah, it's like people throughout every generation since forever do the things they do, and then they die, and then the people who are alive during that see that, take that, and run with it. And you just keep doing that every generation. And to say that this generation does nothing is bananas too.
That's the most insane argument.
I mean, the guy's saying this shit like through the internet, through fucking computers and TVs and microphones that like he didn't invent or build.
Yeah. You know. So you're not appreciating that shit either.
Yeah, and I'm sure like I didn't finish the video because I was just like, yeah, fucking blow me, and like I was off with that. But I mean, it's like people are inventing stuff even now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, everything gets better as far as like it's like technology continues to increase. It's like, who do you fucking think does that?
Yeah. Like, it's not the dude from 30 years ago, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's like the guy, you know, in the 50s invented the TV, but it's people now making the TVs that you can literally unroll and stick on a wall.
Yeah. So like, yeah, there was the one guy, he had a good idea, but I don't think he even really thought that shit would be the way it is now. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and it's like to say that shit like that's not respected whenever you have actual history books dedicated to people who invented shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Edison, light bulb, we're using lighting. That doesn't, we're not just sitting here going like, man, Edison was a pussy.
Yeah, what a fucking queer dude.
What a fucking bitch. Like, disrespect the shit out of him right now.
Isaac Newton, fucking apple falling bitch.
Dude, he died a fucking virgin. He didn't get no pussy and invented calculus.
He got no pussy, bro.
No fucking pussy, bro. It's just fucking stupid. I don't know. I thought the whole thing was just like such a jack off fucking.
It's always such a weird thing to be like, millennials, they're so fucking lazy, or whatever, like Gen Z or whatever the fucking new target is these days.
Yeah.
It's always like they're the worst, they're all this and that. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, do you know all of them? No. So you can't really say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's like not all the boomers are terrible people.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot are.
a lot are. Yes, that is true.
But it's also millennial is such a, because you just all you have is like Gen X, Gen Y, whatever, and then you have millennial, which encompasses like I think was it like 15 or 20 years of people. Like I'm at the cusp of it because I was born in 1990.
Yeah, so I think it's like mid 80s to like 2000 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a large stretch of people.
Yeah.
So and like what's funny is people who are like getting upset at 20-year-olds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even that right generation you're getting all shitty at.
Yeah.
And so you need to go to the next one. And then honestly, it's just, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's like when you get older, do you just like start to hate like everybody? I guess so.
Maybe, but I don't know. I feel like I've I don't know, chilled out a little since I was a teenager and stuff. Obviously,
yeah, I'd say so.
Years ago, so I actually hate less people now than I did back then.
Yeah, I would say like late 20s, and now that I'm 30, it's like a lot of grudges are gone.
Yeah,
a lot of wasted energy of being mad at shit isn't really around anymore.
Yeah,
it's fun to talk about. But
yeah, it's cool to discuss of like, oh man, I was so fucking dumb, like hating this thing or hating that thing.
Yeah, I just like what was also like the thing that killed me was like the guy was first. I mean, like what he was saying has like no point to it, regardless, right? Because it's not like he just solves some big generational mystery here or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. He's just saying I'm better than you because I realize this, and there's a generation of people who don't do this thing,
right? Which
is fuck yourself for even.
Yeah, that's just like the ego on this motherfucker.
Right. It's just so stupid. But I mean, like, God, I had a point too, and I just like totally lost it. I just like, but I mean, yeah, it's like it's like you're saying all this shit, but it's like you're not even proposing like any sort of like solution or anything. You're just saying you're a problem, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like you don't do this thing that I'm awesome at. And that's the problem with you. And it's like, okay, nice generalization, fucking cunt face. Like,
yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck are you? Nobody. I mean, you're a guy on the internet I sasa, so that's something. But we are also guys on the internet.
That's true, but we have a podcast, so it's kind of more widely available.
I mean, this was probably this guy's podcast. It was just a clip. On, some clip on Facebook from some also self-righteous like fucking twat on Facebook.
Yeah. Well.
I can give you hints after the pod.
Right, yeah, I was like, we'll say off mic.
That way we don't like throw people under the bus and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that's like so funny, like that that sanctimonious shit like that people get on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I also just don't understand like the point of shit like just not even that guy, but like videos like that where they're just
right
like you're just screaming into the void about like what's wrong with stuff, but doing nothing of value other than doing
offering no solution.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell like who actually cares about the problems because they offer solutions. People versus people who just complain about it, like this guy.
And a lot of people that are trying to fix problems aren't fucking getting like their cameras out and farting out on it like on TikTok.
Yeah, they're actually doing that shit.
Yeah, it's like most scientists aren't on Twitter fucking sitting here like going like what's wrong with the world? It's probably these dang leftists pieces of shit.
I'm pretty sure actually intelligent people don't use the word leftist.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people who have like a grasp on politics go, oh yeah, both of them are retarded groups of people.
Yeah.
Left and right are just opposites of the same stupid person.
Yeah.
It's like the rest of us chill in the middle and be like, I like to cherry pick the things I like and don't like.
And that's the way it should be, I think.
Like my guns, which you can't take from me.
You can't take my gun.
You cannot do it. Dude, every guy who yells something about the government taking their guns, it looks like the same fucking guy each time.
It's always the same fucking guy.
It's the same looking individual motherfucking dude. Yeah. And it's the craziest thing is it's always the guy who would never use his gun. Too much of a bitch. Would never pull it out and use it.
Yeah.
Like the guy who was gonna buy a bunch of shotguns and never once even attempt. Like if because a lot was the arguments it's like, oh, if someone's on my property, I need to defend it. It's like, dude, if someone broke into your house, you'd probably turn into a bitch and run away or something.
Yeah, your first instinct would probably be to hide.
Yeah, fight or flight. Most people's instinct is to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah. I
mean, I own a gun, and like if the easier option is for me to book it, I will just do that. Yeah, for sure.
If I'm like in the backyard and I can like hop the fence versus going inside, getting my gun, and then fucking going back out to the situation. No, fuck that. I'm hopping the fence.
Yeah. Also with the gun situations, like let's say if someone's breaking in my house, I assume they have a weapon.
Yeah, for sure.
They're probably much more ready to use theirs than I am to use mine.
Yeah.
So already at a disadvantage.
True.
And if I'm gonna get in a gunfight with some rando dude, I got a 50-50 of making it out alive.
Yeah.
Like more or less. I mean, he could be a better shot at,
That's true.
He might pop one off, hit me in the chest, and that's the end of me.
Yeah. Or he could have a knife, dude, and like unsuspecting, like stab you in the back or something.
Right. But then he brings the knife to the gunfight though. Then I win.
Oh. Yeah, but what if you don't see? Well, he's got the elements of surprise though. What if he sneaks up on you?
Oh, true. I mean, like, yeah, if I'm like asleep or whatever, he just puts a pillow over my face and just goes prison style on me. Like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fun to own a gun, but it's just like the purpose of owning a gun is the hope that you never have to use it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that there's some weird machismo, big dick fucking feeling that dudes get whenever they buy weaponry or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you buy it hoping that like it's never used on anybody.
Right. It should definitely be a last resort.
Yeah. Not a let me go online and be like, yeah, try to come take it.
Yeah.
Come do it.
I feel like those guys either have too many guns for one person, or they don't have any, and they're like, but if I did,
right,
you can't take them.
Like, oh, it's my rights that you would probably infringe on if I had even one gun on me.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw this guy the other day, and he must have been midlife crisis, like just mid throes of it, bro.
Yeah.
Because he was like big dicking it down the street on a Harley Davidson.
Oh, fuck that guy.
So already, yeah, absolutely. Because those Harleys are just loud, right? They're not even. I don't know shit about motorcycles, but
I don't either. I know that they're loud. I don't know how fast they go and shit.
Yeah, and like I don't know if they're preferred over. I just know that like dudes on crotch rockets make less noise on their motorcycles.
Yeah, true.
But Yeah, dude's chugging it down the street on a Harley. Open carry holsters, got guns on the sides.
Oh, fun.
As he's driving down the street.
Yeah.
He looks like Mad Max, but he was all salt and pepper up top.
Oh, dude.
And a beer gut.
Oh no! Did he have any leather of any kind, like a leather vest?
I mean, only leather.
Oh, okay.
God, the only thing that wasn't leather was like the T-shirt underneath the leather vest.
Oh, dude, super.
And he had, yeah, dude, and they had fucking aviators on.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole stereotype.
Yeah, I mean, it literally. I mean, like I said, it looked like he was just peak fucking midlife crisis. But
like he's gonna go to like Buffalo Wild Wing or no, like Hooters and something, and start harassing the girls. Like,
yeah, or what is it? They have those like places called like it's like Bubba's or there's like a something last resort or some shit like that. There's like those biker bars, but they're quote unquote biker bars. They're really just for like old dudes.
Yeah.
Like basically like just glorified restaurants.
Yeah, that's the type of place that he frequents. That's
I just thought it was one thing for him to be in the getup, but just like the fucking holsters like on the side while he's driving.
Yeah, that's a little extra.
Yeah, it was just like, dude, what are you gonna do? Like if somebody, are you just gonna like in his mind, he has to think, oh man, I hope somebody tries to run me off the road. I'll just pull one of these out and just start firing it off like
just like blah, 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 blah.
You know, I just feel like I'm in an action movie, John Wick style.
On a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, or in his head he looks like fucking like The Rock or Vin Diesel, like shooting at someone. Yeah,
dude. In his head, he's like, it's just one day it's gonna be an action movie. My life is gonna be an action movie. And I'm gonna it's just like, dude, nah, bro.
Like that's so fucking sad though. Like when you really like cut into it, you're like, yeah, that's pretty depressing.
Yeah, that's depressing. That's a sad dude.
Yeah.
And you know he's probably got like a family, probably some like 15-year-old kid who's like, don't come over to my house. Like I don't want you to see my dad.
That's definitely single dad vibes though, or like divorced dad vibes.
Right. That's one of those he doesn't bring friends over. He always just goes to friends' houses because he doesn't want to like he doesn't want to get roasted for that shit.
Yeah.
Dude. I wonder what my midlife crisis is gonna be like sometimes.
I feel like I'm gonna get heavy into like collecting even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something like with value.
Just like even more action figures.
Yeah. No, it'll be like expensive, like high-end action figures. I'm talking like movie replica shit.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just move up to like bigger statues.
Like full on like
shit. Get like this. Get like the sideshow collected. They're like always like this big.
And dude, sideshow makes good shit though.
I already have one sideshow, so
yeah.
God, so there could be more.
Yeah. Either that or I just don't have one. I'm hoping I don't. You know what I mean?
The cooler version or like the best outcome is that you just go, yeah, I guess I'm old now.
Yeah.
Instead of going like, what do I do?
I gotta buy something. Somebody get me an 18-year-old blonde girl.
You're just like, I just hope I don't become the lame guy who buys a fucking like Corvette or whatever.
Dude, if you buy a Corvette, I would be like, dude, what are you doing? I'd probably try to talk you out of it.
It's like intervention time where you're just like, hey man, what's going on? What's
really going on? Like, do you need to hang out more?
Do you need to talk, dude? Are you okay? Are you happy? Yeah, dude, I always think about I don't always think about, but it just recently it's been in my mind. I'm like, I just wonder like how bad I'm gonna spiral when I hit 40. I don't think it'll be that bad.
I don't think 40 is your midlife though, isn't it?
I mean, 40s is like 40s, usually whenever people hit the midlife crisis kind of shit.
Yeah. Dude, one time my dad told me he wanted to buy a motorcycle. I'm like, I gotta hang out with him more. This is midlife crisis territory.
He's just like like dead rights on that shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hang out with him. I'm gonna call him more often.
I don't think my dad had one. He's always just been the same guy. Like a super aggressive Southern dude.
I think in like the years that I've known you, I've only met your dad like 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty up there too. Most people have only met him a couple of times tops.
Yeah.
I think you and Mark maybe I
think me, Mark, and Nemo.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Nemo actually is number 1 right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I think Nemo's met my dad like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. What an honor.
How hilarious is that? Dude, I remember for the longest time when I was younger, people didn't think he existed.
Yeah, I remember that because I was one of those people.
A lot of people were like, "Do you even have a dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude." But like nobody ever saw him.
Yeah,
They're like, "Who
no
the
one
fuck
was
is
like,
this guy?"
well, we've never seen him. Yeah, I think the first time I saw him was the day we graduated.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Literally, like last day, like day of high school.
Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious, dude. Oh man, fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Should we pack this one up, man?
I think we should. I took
Should
an
we-
edible earlier, so I think, I think
I was
it's
about
best.
to kick in.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you enjoy that and let me know how that goes.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty awesome.
But all right, people, thanks for joining us this week. Next week we'll be in person again.
Yeah.
Until next time, take it easy.
Peace.